Hello guys, welcome back. Let's talk about Open WebUI. I created two different videos 7 months and 6 months before about Open WebUI, and it was in the beginning phase at that point of time. But this video will be deep dive into the Open WebUI, right? So this is the thing that I'm going to explain you in this video. Let me show you what we will be covering. First, I will show you how you can run this via Ollama. So that is what we will be doing. Before it was called Ollama WebUI and now it is Open WebUI, right? So we will be using the Ollama, and there is two ways how you can install this. One is with the pip install if you don't want to use Docker. We will be creating a virtual environment and installing it there. Next one is with Docker. We need to install Docker, and with just one command our web UI will be ready. So once the installation part is completed, this part I will walk you through the Open WebUI. One thing to notice is that once you first go into the Open WebUI, that will be your admin portal. I will also show you how you can create users so that you can collaborate between your team members. And in the admin panel itself, I will walk you through different features of it. Here you can see the features. There is the adding the user, admin panel, all the different things, what is there, web search, basic chat, embedding, what kind of embedding models you can use, and image. I will show you one image exploration via Llava model, which we can download from Ollama. And another one is the image generations using OpenAI models. There are different ways how you can do this, but I will show you one example with DALL-E 3. This will be the feature exploration part. And now there is also the workspace, and this is only for the admin. From here, what we can do is we can create the prompt snippets. I will show you how we can do that. You can have the RAG with URLs via the chat. These two things also users can do, and also the RAG with tags, meaning that we can upload the documents already and then we can use based on the tags which document we want to query. This is RAG in action. Once we create these things, users can also use it. I will show you how we can do that. And also there is things called functions as well as the tools. So I will show you what those two things are. I will show you one simple example with translate and the weather for this. So yeah, this will be a deep dive video. It will be a long video. I will provide the time stamp within the video so you can go to the specific parts. Let's get started. Okay, first thing first, let me bring this in my new window here so I know which part I need to go first, right? So first thing first, let me go to the WebUI's website here. So this is the WebUI's openwebui.com. If you go here, you can get OpenWebUI and it will take you to the GitHub. So these two things is the main official documentations. So again, from here, it takes you back to the website. So you can go through this and read all the informations what is being provided. But let me go to the main website. This is docs.openwebui.com. This is where you will find all the information necessary in order to go through different functionality of it, right? So this is the high level overview for you. So you can see how to install. It is shown here, and also installation with the pip and so on. First thing first, we need to install Ollama. I will provide you the link. It is straightforward to download the Ollama. You just need to go to the Ollama's website and just download it. If you can download it via the CLI also, command line interface, but the easiest way to do is just go here and download, click different things. Once you download this, it will also ask you to download the CLI. Just download that also. And if you are confused, you can go to my playlist here. I have already created 10 videos in Ollama before, so you can just go there and take reference if needed. So that is the Ollama part. The first one is completed, right? Now the second one is, let me show you how to download it via Docker. This is the Docker website, docker.com. Go here and download the Docker for your particular machine and then download it. Once you download it and you have the Ollama, I will open the terminal. So this is the terminal. I hope you also have some of the terminals installed already in your machine. Or if you go here and just write, and if it shows something like this, then we know that Ollama is installed in your machine, and you can see all the different available commands that you can use. You need to pull some models. I have already pulled here. So if I do Ollama list, you can see that it is not showing here now, probably. Let me see. Okay, it is shown here. So here is Llama 3.1 7v3 latest, and by the way, it took some time here to list this because the Ollama was not running under the hood. And when I run this on the top, I can quit Ollama. If I quit the Ollama and do here Ollama list, when I run this, it automatically runs in the background, and it is showing there. But if you don't open the Ollama, it will not show here, right? I will quit the Ollama for now because I want to show you how you can do this from the terminal also. So if you want to pull some models from the Ollama itself, you can do from the terminal itself, but I will show you from the Open WebUI, so it's easier for you to just pull the models from there, right? So here what we need to do is we can just say Ollama, right? In order to run the Ollama, it will be listening in port 11434. But before doing this, I will show you what happens if we don't serve this in the Open WebUI's portal. So how to do that? First, make sure you open your Docker, which is installed before, right? For that, you can use that. If you are in the Mac, you can already use here, for example, open Docker. I have set up in this way, so it opens Docker. For you, you can just open Docker. Once Docker is installed, I will go to the dashboard, so it's easier to navigate also. So right now there is no images, no containers, no volumes. I have cleaned all the things here, right? Now let me go to the official documentation. So here, how to install part, you can see quick start with Docker, and that is the recommended one here. So if you go a little bit down, it says before you begin installing the Docker, and all the different things is also shown here. You can follow this link where the data is being stored in Docker. If Ollama is on your computer, use this command. By the way, you can do Ollama and WebUI together also, but it's up to you. But this is the recommended way and easiest way, because you might face some issues if you go with the next part. So this one, you can just copy this here. Go to the terminal, and here I will, I have already opened the new terminal. I will just Control V. So I will just paste this here, right? So then I will run enter. So it will first look if there is something locally. It does not find anything locally, and then now it starts pulling. If I just show you now the Docker, it is empty here, right? There is no images, no containers, no volumes, and so on. But once the installation in the terminal is completed, I will show you side by side. So you will just show here. Okay, just wait. Once this is completed, it is taking some time to install all the things, as you can see here, and it's easier also to just view side by side, right? Let's wait. Once this is done, it's almost done, and it should pop up here in the Docker UI. I'm showing you because many of you want to use from the UI also, from the Docker desktop, so it's easier also to stop the container on it. As you can see here, once this is completed, there is the volume mounted already, there is the image, and there is the container also here. Now it is running in port 3000. You might be running some another application in port 3000. So if you want to avoid that, what you could do is, when you install this docker run -d-p 3000, just provide these two different port which you haven't used in your local machine, so it will be listening in that particular port. So yeah, now once this is done, just click this. It's already running here. Just click this. You can see this is the local host, and it is taking my email address for it's just auto completing things, but you need to first sign up, right? Just go to the sign up, and I will give here name, data, basics, and here you can just give any name, any email address you want. It does not need to be the actual email address. Let me just give here admin@admin.com, and then some password, right? So I will just give some password, and I will create the account. Okay, I can save, or no, I don't want to save. So you can see it just shows you the what's new in the Open WebUI and all the different things. There is note it. Okay, let's go. So this is the Open WebUI. So before going into this and exploring this is how you can install from Docker, right? Now let's say you don't want to use the Docker. So how do you install use via pip, right? If you go on the side here, you can see there is this installation with pip, and that is in the beta phase. So what you can do is just pip install Open WebUI. So what we can do, I will go to the terminal. Right here I will create a folder mkdir Ollama, or let's say I can give WebUI pip, and let me go inside this. I will first create the virtual environment. So what I will do is python 3-mv env.venv and activate the virtual environment. Once the virtual environment is being activated, just let's wait for that, and then I can just do pip install. Okay, I will just copy this so it's easier, right? I'll just go here, let me bring this up here. I will just do Control V, pip install WebUI. So it says that it is no matching distribution found, error, the following versions that requires Python less than 3.12. okay, so my Python version, what is my Python version? It's Python 3.12, right? So I need to, let me see what version of Python I have. What I can do, let me see what are the different PyEnv, not PyEnv. Let me see PyEnv. I might have different versions of Python here. Versions, okay, PyEnv versions. So I have different, and my default is 3.12, so I need to have the lower one, right? So what I can do is I can say PyEnv global, and I will use 3.11. That's fine. And now maybe if I install WebUI, it is still not saying a new release of this is released. Ignore the following versions that require a different Python. Less than 3.12, greater than 3.11. okay, versions do I have? Sudarshan PyEnv. Okay, what I can do now is, before, let me deactivate this one, and I will remove the .venv, and I will again say here global 3. Let's say I will create the virtual environment, then it will use 3.11. Once this is done, it should be okay. These are the things that you need to be careful also using the virtual environments, because it might need certain versions of Python and you might have different versions, and I'm using PyEnv to manage different versions of Python. So well, now it is running here, right? But when that is running, I can just go, because this is the same as what it is shown here. It is just running and it will take some time to install all the different things, and once that is done, what we can do is we can just use OpenWebUI serve, and then we will have the UI. Once this is running, I will go to this admin portal. Let me see the things that I will be explaining you now. Installation of Ollama is done. Docker installation and the installation is now done. So now, once you are here, let me first walk you through the UI. Right on the top left corner, there is this new chat, which will open this new UI. There is the workspace where there is the models, the prompts, the documents, tools, functions. I will explain you later. And there is the sorts if you have different chats. On the down, there is this main icon here, and this is the admin panel. You can click here and go to the admin panel. There is the settings from where you can set all the different things, and there is this playground. if you want to just go here and see different things with the different models. The next one is archive charts. If you have some archive charts, it will be shown here. That is the settings, from where you can change different languages, notifications on, off, theme, what kind of theme you want to have, and so on. So it's up to you which you want to decide. And then on this one, it's just bigger and smaller, as you can see. If I go to the new chart, from here you can choose different models, but I haven't solved my Ollama, hence there is no model being shown here. Once I start my Ollama, all the models that I have there in the Ollama list will be populated here. And from here we can ask the questions. As you can see, send a message, you can record the voice, you can listen it call, and then from here you can upload the files and so on. I will show you how to do that. On the top, this is the settings, archive charts, which we saw down here also, all the same things. And these icon controls, right, these controls is just for the particular chart that you will be going through. For example, if you go here, you can have system prompt for this particular conversation. You can just provide, let's say you want to have in certain tone or certain language, whatever you want to do, you can provide the system prompt. And then here are the advanced parameters. For example, seed, you can change the seeds, subsequences, top K, top P. So this is the UI, right? Now let's do a basic chart. In order to do the basic chart, we need to solve the Ollama. Let me go to the terminal. You can see the pip install web UI is completed. It's done. We can also use the Open WebUI from this. Just to show you how it works, let me stop this first. Let me go to the Docker. I will stop this because I want to show you from two different things. Now this is stopped, right? So now I will copy this command. I will go to the terminal. Here you need to be inside this virtual environment we have installed here, right? I will just do Control V. Now you can see that it's loading, all the different things will be loaded from here. And once it is completed, okay, it's done. And it says here, okay, background on this. Let me open what it says here. There is some error. SQL Alchemy. There is some issue here. Let me see what is the issue. So it says here no config file. It seems that there is an issue when you run the latest version of this Open WebUI. I went to the official GitHub and many people are also finding the same issue. So what recommended, and the easiest one recommended, is if you install this, then it will be okay, right? We will copy this one. We'll go back to our terminal here. Then we will do is Control V, install. Let's install this particular package. After installing this particular package, everything is already installed before, so it should work. And also this is also a good way to debug also, because if you install something and don't find it working, go to the official page and use here. Just search. If you go to the issues, there are the open issues and there are the closed issue and so on. Just go here and search, because here there is the issue with SQLite, right? What I did here was just write here SQLite, and you can see there are some installation problem here, and you can just go inside it and read what others have commented. It might work for you. Let's see if it works for us. The installation process is still ongoing here. You can see found existing installation, because we have previously installed also this one. Let's see if it gets installed or not. Once this is installed, what we can do is we can just solve the Open UI as we did before, right? But now let us go to our container, the GitHub, and then maybe we can go again here. Now let's go and run our Ollama, right? In order to show the model part here. So I will go here in the terminal. So you can see here, this is the pip things, but let us go there later. Now I can do Ollama solve. Once I do the Ollama solve, now you can see the Ollama is being solved. And if I go here, first refresh the page, because I noticed that you need to refresh it. And then if you go down here, you can see all the models that I have downloaded myself is here. So I can just choose Ollama 3.1, and if I say here hi, submit, then you can see that it will reply hi, how are you doing today? And the answer, it takes time because of your machine, powerful enough your machine is, right? From here you can go and choose different models. And now let's see that you want to compare between the two models. I just want to show you this one also because it's quite easy. If you click this plus icon here, you can choose another model. Let me choose Llama 3. So this is Llama 3 latest, this is Llama 3.1 latest, and I want to ask the same prompt, right? What I will do here is I will say, hello, how are you? And if I submit this, you can see now here is Llama 3.1 and here is Llama 3. So side by side comparison, you can download different models and see which one performs the best. So this is really good way to see which one performs the best for your particular task, right? This is the main part, this is the UI part, right? So now once this is running, I will also want to show you the part so that you know it works. If I go to the documentation, I can just copy this, go back to the terminal and do Control V. Now it should work. Let's see. Yeah, it's user agent environment variable as set, consider. Yeah, this is working. And let's see if it works or not. If it again shows some issue, then we need to find the way how we can make it working. Okay, runtime warning, environment variable not set, consider setting it. Okay, we don't need to set the environment variables. Okay, I need to allow this because I have this. Okay, now you can see it is downloading all the transformers things, meaning that you need to do the embedding parts, right? So because everything is set up by default under the hood, so everything will be downloaded once you solve this from the pip. So now it says Open WebUI and it is listening in port 8080. So I can just go here 8080. So yeah, you can see this is the WebUI and it's the same as before when we started, because the next one we are starting in port 3000. So you can now follow same as what I am explaining in the Docker one. So I can close this, and this I don't need. I will see Control C. It's gone. I can even cancel this so it does not confuse me. What is the next thing I want to show you? Let us go and create the user. This is the admin panel and we are the admin. You can go to the admin panel and add the user. If you go here, you can see there is an option to add the users. If you don't want to add the user by yourself, you can copy your link here. I will just Control C. You need to provide this to someone else in your same network. For example, here I'm just running the local host, but you need to provide your local IP address for others. But for this one, what I can do is open in incognito window, right? And I will do Control V. Again, I am providing localhost here, but if you want to share this with your colleagues in the same Wi-Fi network, you need to provide your local IP address. If I enter this, you can see this is the new UI being popped up here. And now you need to sign up again, right? So here I will do test user and I will just give here test@test.com and I will say create account. So now as you can see here, your account is being created, but your admin needs to confirm it. So now if I go to the next UI, here you can see there is a test user being created and it is in the pending phase. If I click this one, it is the user. If you want to make this user some other, for example, if you go here, there is an option if you want to make this user admin. For example, here we make the admin. It's pending. I will click here, it's the user. Now if I go to the next one and check again, you can see now I am the user. Here I don't have the workspace and I don't have all the functionalities that the admin has. This is a good way to control the functionalities. If you go up here, we have all the models being shown here, right? Now I think the best way, before I just explain you in the admin part, is how to restrict the models that is being shown here. So that is the model whitelisting part. I will explain that first. We are in the admin panel. Remember that you need to be in the admin panel. Go to the settings, go to users, and here there is this model whitelisting. Make this on, and now just if you just make this on and save this, if you go to the users tab now and if you refresh this, we need to refresh all the time, and now you don't see any models here. You can see that we made the model whitelisting, and then we don't provide any access to the models. But if you go back here and maybe choose one model from here, we want to provide Llama 3.1, save it, go again to the users. If you go here, you don't see it, meaning that you need to refresh again, and now there should be a model Llama 3.1. So that is how you can control what model you want to provide to your users. And now you can just go here, you can just say hi, same as the admin, the users can also have conversation with this particular model. So that is how it works. Now let me go to the new chat. The next thing that I want to show you now is the model whitelisting. Let me go to the admin panel in the settings. So here you can see on the left menu here, there is the users that I just went through, right? And you can have user permissions, allow chat deletion, chat editing. So they don't have that facility to allow, right? This is the admin. You can configure all the different things. You can manage the models from here, and this is the model whitelisting and so on. For example, now we are just using this Docker, right? If you provide the OpenAI API key here, you will have all the models from the OpenAI models also being shown here. I think it's better to demonstrate, right? So what I can do is I can go to this OpenAI's website. I will create the API key just for WebUI. I will create this one. I will copy this, so no need to say in the chat that I need to delete it. I will just go here in the API key, Control V, and then I can save it. So once this is saved, now we have access to all the models from the OpenAI into our chat. For example, now if I go to the new chat here, you can see here we have all the models along with these Ollama models. We have all the models from OpenAI also. But if you notice here, the users don't have it. If I go here, still they just have one, because we haven't provided or we haven't whitelisted the model. Same as before, if you go to the admin panel, you go to the settings, you go to the users, and maybe from here you can click this plus icon, and here you can choose one OpenAI model, and that will be reflected in the users. That's how it works. Also in the models, this is the part where you can say, okay, manage Ollama models, pull a model from the ollama.com. Right, that is what I also wanted to show you. What we can do now is, for example, let me go to the main page into the Ollama, into the models. Let's say I want to download the file. I go to file 3 and I go inside this. You can see file 3, right? I will just Control C. I will go to my UI. I will just write here the model because it says example model. So I will just say file 3 and I will download it. So pulling the manifest, you can see here the model from the Ollama website is being downloaded already from this UI itself. So this is same as Ollama pull file 3, right? It's easier to manage everything from the UI if you prefer. So yeah, this is one functionality. So now you can see delete a model. If you want to delete some of the models, you can just click here and delete the models that you want. Better way from rather than the CLI itself if you don't prefer. So yeah, you can see here it is downloaded, so that we can just ignore now. And yeah, that is one. What is the next thing that I want to show you? The next thing is about the documents. Here you can see this embedding part. By default, when I install this, there was the downloading of the sentence transformer, right? So this is the sentence transformer. If you go here, there is OpenAI. If you click the OpenAI, it will ask you the OpenAI key so that you can use the embedding models from the OpenAI also. But let's just use it with the sentence transformer. This is the embedding model. You can download others if you want. And this is this one, a maximum upload size and the maximum upload count you can control from here. And then also the query parameters. These are the normal RAG things, top K, how many top K you want. Maybe you want 3 only. And then the RAG template, you can just play from here. Chunk parameters. So what is the chunk size you want to have? Maybe 1500 or 1000. We can change from here. What is the chunk overlap? I have explained this in my other videos about this chunking and splitting things. Then you can just say, okay, 100 or something. Then the PDF extraction, image OCRs, right? All the different things. I can just say save here. So now it is being saved. And if I go to the models part and select the models, I think the fee model is not downloaded for some reason. It says issue. If I say fee 3, let me see if it downloads again. Pulling has been successful. Okay, it is downloaded successfully. If I go here, it's already here, 5.3 latest 2 GB. So that means we can use this one, right? And the documents, I just went through this one. Web sorts, this is the next functionality. If you go to the chat here, and here in the plus, we just have the upload files, right? Web sort, just to give you already the hint, it is the tool that is already implemented in the web UI itself. So if I go to the admin panel, settings, web search, I need to on this, right? Now you can choose, select a engine. So here there are different engines that you can go through it. I can go with DuckDuckGo. I have been using this for some time now. It's really good. Source results, how many you want, 3. Concurrent request, I don't need to change. The language for the YouTube loader settings, you can save this. Once this is saved, if you go to the new chat, and here you can see there is this web search functionality. You can just on this one, off this one. Let's give a try, right? I will just choose one model. Let's not go with the OpenAI things right now, but what I can do is I will remove the OpenAI things because it's distracting here. I will go to the settings, to the models. Is it connections? So this is the API key. I just want to have from this Ollama. Save this one. And if I go now to the chat, I can now just select from these Ollama models. Let's say that I want to go with this, okay, fee 3, right? Latest one. And I will ask here, who is the, let's say President Finland, right? Let me see what the answer will be. It says the president of Finland, as of my knowledge, cut off in early 2023 is Sauli Niinistö. Okay, it says Niinistö. It's spelling mistake again here. But now I want to have this web sorts enabled into it, and I will copy the same prompt, Control V. Now it is sorting. This is the tool functionality, meaning we provided some additional tool into it, and then it goes and find the answer. Okay, the president of Finland currently serving in office since April 1st last year. No, it is not correct. You mean the feed is not providing the correct answer, right? But what I can choose, I can now choose the different model. I have the option of choosing different models, and now I can ask the same question again. If it goes from the Llama 3 now, it should provide the correct answer. Let's see. It is searching 3 websites. And the good part of what we just saw here is the current head of state of Finland is President Evolvix woman, this. What? It's not providing the answer still. Who is the president? Let me ask again, right? Who is the president? Llama 3.1. I was just saying something, because we can choose different models and which provides the answer. It says that, okay, the context does not, because it went through the web source. But what I noticed is if you continue in the same UI, it just hallucinates things. But if you now go to this new chat, select the Llama 3.1 or whatever you want, and then if you say the same question, I will do Control V, who is the president of Finland, right? And if I submit this, it is doing the web sorts now, and probably it will provide the answer. Okay, the current head of state of is known as the president. I don't know what it is saying. I will again say, okay, who is the current president? It needs to be in this format. Let's see. Let's see if it provides the answer. Okay, now it provides the answer, meaning that it wants me to ask who is the current president. So Alexander Stubb is the correct president, and then you can see there are the 2 sources it took from. So this is also the good idea for you also, because we as a we speak natural language, and we just want LLM to understand our way of thinking, but sometimes we need to be specific in asking the question. We can just see from this demonstration also that we need to be specific to that, right? So yeah, that is the basic chat we did. We did the web search, we add the user, admin panel, and let us now go to the image generation part, right? Again, let me go to the admin panel, and from here in the settings, now I will show you this image part, right? For image part also, you need to first enable this. OpenAI API key is required because we choose OpenAI. And then there is automatic 111 or comfy UI. You can go with that one, but I will show you from this OpenAI. For that, it says I need to have the API key. Let me go back to the website. I think I had the API key. I already have the API key in this model part. It's the connection part. I already have it here. I can just Control C. I can go to the image and here I will paste it, and then I can on it, right? And then once I use the OpenAI, you can choose the models. You can see there is DALL-E 2 and DALL-E 3, and you can choose any of these. But if you choose the DALL-E 3, then this 512, it will throw us the error saying that the image size is wrong. So what you need to do is 1024. So 1024 times 1024. You can just play around with this number and save this. Now we can ask the thing to generate the image for us. If I go to this image tab, there is nothing here because we need to provide some kind of prompt. This is particularly for this Ollama. I also noticed this from the documentation. I can show you the documentation itself so you know what I am talking about. Started. If you go to these tutorials, there is somewhere image generation is here. If you go down, there is one example using the image generation. You need to write this, repeat this back, and then provide something. So what I can do, and I will show you why it is here. I will say here, okay, repeat this text, and I want futuristic city with flying cars. That's all I want, right? And then what I can do is I can submit this, and I'm saying here repeat this text, and now you can see it repeats this text. So why am I doing this? Is because if you see here now in the down here, there was copy, there was this read aloud, what is the tokens and so on, and thumbs up, thumbs down, and this is the continue response if you want, and again regenerate. If you notice, once we have this DALL-E 3 enabled, there is this generate image icon. If I click this generate image, now it is going to use the DALL-E 3 model from the OpenAI. It's confusing, Open WebUI and OpenAI, but you get the idea. It is now going to generate the image. You can see here, this is the image that is being generated, and this image icon is just when you have this enabled. What happens if I disable that? I will go here, I will go to the image part, I will disable this, I will save it, I will go back here, and I will refresh the page, and you can see there is no image icon being shown, meaning that once you enable some of the functionality in the back end, it will be reflected in the UI also. So I did this image generation part, but what if we want the model to explain what this image is all about, right? So let me copy this, or I can just go here and say, let me say that, okay, explain this image if it knows or not. Images, what you didn't provide any image. Okay, I get your point. I will go here, I have copied the image, I will paste it here, right? And I will say explain this image. I'm just showing you here two things. It comes with the OpenAI. For some reason it seems that I need to disable it again from the connections. Okay, it is enabled here. I will disable that. I will save it. I will again go to the UI. Great. And then I will paste the image here and say, okay, allow, explain this image to me, right? And I will choose the model Llama 3. Let's see what happens. Does Llama 3 explains us? It shouldn't be, but let's see if it explains. I apologize. Okay, because it didn't understand that it is not multimodal. For the multimodal, I have the Llava 3 model downloaded just to show you. if you go to the Ollama's website, just search for Llava. Llava is novel end-to-end trained large multimodal model. If you want to download, just do Ollama pull Llava or run Llava. I already have that being installed. If you go to this drop down, and if you see here there is Llava 7b, I will choose this one, and now I will ask the same thing. I think I need to upload the image again. It should know that I have the image there. Let's see if it explains the image or not. To provide an explanation, I would need to send a description or details about image. I will copy this image. I will open a new chat. One thing that I noticed after running it many times is it's better if you open a new chat again and ask the questions so that it provides you the better answer. I will just Control V and I will say explain this. Model is not selected. Good. Llava, and then I will submit it. Let's see if it provides the answer. The image, you can see now it explains the image, meaning that we now have the model running locally that explains the image. Now let us go to this workspace part, right? Part from the models, you can see all the different models. From here you can share, export, hide model, delete model, and so on. That's all the things that you can do, and also you can create a different model out of it. For example, if you want to create the model, you can give the model name, choose the base model from here, and then provide additional system prompt into it, and so on, and then the new model is being created. That's great, and it will be appearing here in the list, and you can have that model. I will show you one example with the function implemented into it, so you get the idea. But before that, what is prompts? We know prompt is something that we provide into the model. By the way, if you want to discover the prompts, what you can do is download and explore the custom prompts in the official documentation of the Open WebUI. You can see there are different ways how you can search. For example, here you can see this icon. There is the functions that you can search, there is the tools that you can search, there is the prompts that you can search, and there are other models that people have created, so you can download and use this in your Open WebUI portal itself. So this is one thing that you can go there and search, but we'll be just trying with a simple example. I will go here and then I will say here maybe LinkedIn post, right? What I will do here is I will say write me a short LinkedIn post for this topic, and then I will just provide a placeholder and I will save and create it. So now once this is created, if I go to the chat, how to assess that prompt, right? In Open WebUI, how it works, first you need to choose the model. Then if you press this slash, you can see all the prompt snippets you have selected or created. Just click this one, a short LinkedIn post for the topic, and this topic you can just write, okay, say AI, and now it will write us. Now this was just a one sentence prompt, but imagine that you have a very long prompt and you want to save this somewhere, and the good idea of saving this is also that it can be reused by different persons. Maybe you have some web crawling prompt or something like that. You can create it, share with your colleagues, and all of you can utilize it. That is one part of the prompts, right? And the next one is the documents. Before going through the documents, I will first show you from here you can also upload the documents, right? I will upload the document. I will say GPT for all, right? It is being uploaded. Then I can ask here, what is this paper about, right? So this is one way. Model is not selected, I always forget that. And now I can ask this, meaning that if you follow this one, you need to again and again ask the upload the thing, right? You can see here this paper appears to be discussing the development and evaluation of large language models and so on. It explains clearly. Now once you go out of this, you need to upload this. You upload the document, you ask the question, and it provides you the answer. And another part of doing the RAG also, as I said in this diagram, you RAG with chat. This is what I just showed you, and this is RAG with tags. I will show you later, and RAG with URLs, right? And the prompts, we just went through it. We are almost there. It's just a few more minutes left now. So let me go and grab one URL, maybe Llava. Let's go here. Let me just copy this. I will go to the UI of Open WebUI, and here what I can do is I can do Control V. I just had this exclamation, not exclamation, what is this? Exclamation is this one, hashtag. Okay, I'll just do hashtag and then provide the URL, and I will say what is the page. Let's see if it provides me the answer. Unfortunately, I don't have information on the specific page. Can you please provide more context? It's still going with the GPT for all PDF again. So again, what I recommend you to do is go here, new tab. This is one thing that is a little bit frustrating, but we need to bear with it. So I will go again here, Control V, right? This is the wave that is shown here. I think we need to do like that. I need to click, I forget to click it. What is the page about? Meaning that you can see now we are having the RAG with the web URL itself, right? So if I submit this, the page appears to be about a platform or a website called Llava, and it is providing us the same page. Meaning that if you want to go with the prompt snippets, you need to go with the slash, and it will show you the prompt snippets. If you want to upload the document, upload file, and you can have the conversation with it. If you want to have the conversation with the web pages, I will explain again because I missed the first part. You need to press Ctrl V. Once you do that, you need to click this part, and then it will see these things, and now we can ask the questions. That's what I did here, right? The two parts of how you can do the RAG already here. Now the third part, and this can be quite challenging, or let's say quite frustrating to upload each and every time, right? What if we can upload all the things in one particular document in the backend and ask the question again and again? That would be interesting, right? Let's do that. Workspace, and here there is the documents. That's what I am going to explain. In the documents, you can import document mappings, you can export the document mappings. Now we are going to create it. Here I will upload the things, again the GPT for all, for the simplicity. And the good part is you can have multiple documents with the tags, so you can ask based on the tags. That is really good. If I go here, add the tags, right? And here what I can do is I can say this is GPT for all, right? And now I have the tag for GPT for all for this particular paper. I will say save. Now you can see I have one document being uploaded. Now I can ask the question for this particular thing. How? I will go here. If I press again the hash, now you can see there is GPT for all PDF, there is all documents, there is GPT for all collection. So we can go with this particular thing. I will go with this collection, and I can say what is this paper about. Model selection always, again I forget that. Now I submit. So you can see I go with that collection, the paper GPT for all, Snoozy, and so on. So meaning that it went through this particular collection and provides the answer for us. I will refresh the page time and now because there might be some lagging things happening there. I will again go to the workspace, documents. Now I think there was these two, but what we can do is I will just go here and I will upload this attention all you need, and in the tags I will write here, what is the tag? I can say attention, right? And I will save it. Now this is for the attention, right? And if I go here, refresh, so now you can see, so attention all you need, and this is the attention. If I click this attention, you can see only this particular thing is there. If I go with this GPT for all, and then this is the GPT for all, and if I go all, then all the things are being selected here. Now I want to ask just the question with the attention. How can I do it? I can just go here, hashtag, and you can see all the different collections is being shown here. I will go here and I can say, okay, what is this paper about? Enter again the model selection part. Now I can submit it, then it will provide us the answer based on this particular thing. So you can just use these things, and then you can have the document being uploaded on behind the scene, and then you can ask the question based on the collection itself. Some of you asked in my previous video, is it possible to do these kind of things? And yes, you can see now the Open WebUI helps us to do exactly that. So yeah, that is all. Is it possible now with the users? Let us try. You can see there is the test user. I can go here. Everything that we created in the admin portal now can be utilized by the test user. I can say, what is this paper about? And now the user can also do the conversation with this particular document, meaning that you can imagine now in the company scenario, you have one admin, or the people who are admins, they go through this admin portal. This is the admin portal. They have all the rights for whom they want to assign admin or user. They can upload the documents. They can restrict the models that they want to use for the users. The users can have the RAG applications already in their local machine without connecting to the internet. Also it works because it's running locally. Just to show you, you can just go and turn off the internet. I will turn off the internet, and because this is running locally, it should run as it is. And again, I can just press hash. I can go to this attention, explain this paper. It's working fine because we are running it locally in our machine, so we don't need the internet. We need the internet for the downloading part and setting up the part, but we don't need it to run this again, right? So that is one good part. I want to have the internet on because I need to also show you other things. Continue anyway. Okay, I need the internet for recording also. But then the next thing I want to show you is about the functions now, right? Workspace. Now there is these functions and the tools. Let us go with the tools. I said you before also, it is same as the web sorts that I already showed you in the UI itself, right? This is the web sorts. This is a tool being implemented. But now let's create one. For the tools, I have already used this website. So what does this do? Get the weather for a specific city does not require an API key. You can get it also, or you can just copy this. I can copy this, and then I can go here. The plus icon is here, and this is the default things. I will just do Control A, Control V. Now I paste. By the way, be careful in taking the tools and the functions from the website because it might contain any codes and they are not going to monitor that. So you need to be careful in choosing the right tools, or you can create your own. So now here I can say get weather, right? I need to provide description or tool to get the weather. Okay, spelling mistake here. Oh, 3. Okay, I can save this, and it says here exactly what I said you before. Please carefully review the following warnings. Tools have a function calling system that have arbitrary code execution. Do not install tools from sources you do not fully trust. For me, I will do confirm. Only alphanumeric characters and underscores are okay. So that means I need to pass the underscore. Confirm. Now we have the tool, and there is these things where you can delete this tool, export this tool, clone, share, edit, whatever you want to do. Now how to use this tool, right? Now there is 2 ways how to use this. One, you can already assign this to a particular model, or the next one is if you go here, if you go to this plus icon, now you can see there is now get weather tool being shown here. I said you before, web source is also a tool, so that is by default comes when we install this. But now we have this get weather also. And one thing is, by the web source also you can get the weather, right? Just to test it now if it works or not, I will ask here, I will choose the model, okay, 3.1. the latest one. I will say here what is the current weather of Helsinki. So let's see if it provides or not the answer. I don't know the SS. Okay, it does not know the real-time SS, right? So it provides something, but it does not know the answer. There is two ways now to use this. You can use the web search also to get the current weather of Helsinki, but then get weather, because that's what we created the tool, right? Now we enable the tool, and I will just copy this and Control V, enter. Now it has this tool use also, and it should show here that it is using the tool. As you can see here, the current weather in Helsinki is mainly clear. This. That's it. 2:30 p.m. EST today is around this Fahrenheit. So you can see that the tool is being used. That's the reason it is showing here. And also you can, if you have the web source also, it will do the thing and it will provide you the answer, right? I can just copy this, go here, Control V, enter, and now it will use the web source tool. But the idea of getting you the tool is you can have some tools and you can pass that to the LLM and it will use that tool to provide the answer. Now it goes through this, and you can see that it went through 3 different websites and provided the answer. That is how the tools, we can use the tools. Now the functions is kind of same, but then functions is when you ask the tools, you need to there is a little bit confusion between the tools and the functions. You can actually go through the official documentation in the Open WebUI. Let me go to the Open WebUI. Yes, here you can see there are the functions. What is the function and so on. And in the functions, what are functions? It is saying here tools are script something, because tools and functions kind of interchangeably used. But there is a thing called pipelines, which I will not cover in this video. Maybe in the future I will create the video about pipelines. Inside the pipelines there is filters, pipes, functions, tools, actions, and so on. But just remember one thing, that if you go to the functions, they are the filters or the middlewares. For example, if you ask something, if you enable the functions, when you ask the question, it will be directly used under the hood. But for tools, you need to enable the tools and so on. So that is my understanding, and I will show you another example how to use the functions now, right? For the functions, again, same as before, you can go to the Open WebUI's website and get one example. I will do the same. I will just go here and create the function. I have chosen one function here called translate, and you can see this is the function, right? Google Translate, and uses the Google Translation API to translate from a user's native language. Remember this. And then to the LLM's native language, and back again to the users. Meaning that if I ask, let's say the LLM's native language is English. If I ask in Finnish, it will convert that into the English, does the answer, and provides me back into the Finnish. That's how it is done. So what I will do is I will copy this one. I will go back to the portal, Control A, Control V. I saved that. Again, be conscious on saving or taking the codes from the UI, and I will say here Google Translate. That's it. This is simple translation, just for now, and I will save this. Okay, confirm. Function is now being saved. So how to use this function, right? So what I will show you is in the model itself, we will create a new model, have that function enabled inside it already. So how to do that? I will click this create a model. I will give a name here, okay, translate, for example, why not, and choose the base model. I want to use Llama 3, or I can use 3.1 also, and I will give the description, okay, model to do the translation. Just simple example here, right? So I will not do any system prompts, anything here, but you can see here, if you want to provide the knowledge for this model already, also to add documents here, you can just select the documents, and we have the collections, right? Already you can just select it. So by default it has the knowledge of that particular document, and the tools, you can have this get weather tools already being integrated with this particular model, so you have it already there. And also these filters, and there is this Google Translate. That is what I want to show you. If you click this one and save and create, now our new model is being created here. That is the Translate, and this is only for the admin. And if you want to provide this to your users, what you can do is just go here, admin panel, settings, models, not models but the users, and from here you can do plus and translate, and then you can save this, and the same thing can be now used by the users. This is how you can create a new fine-tuned version of that particular model and provide that to the users also. That's really good. Right now what we will do, we'll go here, select the model. Now our new model will be appearing here called Translate, and it says here model to do the translation. That is the description that we provided, right? I will click this Translate, but before that it says it will detect our native language and then go back, right? It is in English now, but before that I will show you one thing and I will test this. I will go to the settings here. I will change the default language to Finnish, for example, different, or you can even do Indian, Hindi, right? I will go to Hindi. You can see now all the things is in Hindi, and I can save this because I am Nepalese and I know Hindi little bit. So now what I can do, you can see here it says Namaste, आज मैं आपका क्या मदद कर सकता हूँ. So I will just copy this, go here and paste it, and I need to choose the model. First I will show you without the translate, right, which we have that function. Let me go with the Llama 3, right? I'm not going with 3.1, that's deliberate because I will show you what happens with the latest model. And now if I ask this one, it will answer in English. I think you are trying to ask if I can help with something special today, if that is okay, because it didn't know that, right? But one thing is, now if I go and change that to the Translate, meaning that it has this Google Translate feature or the function enabled, right? I will just copy this, go here, Control V, and send it. It should answer me in the Hindi language now, because it takes the Hindi, it goes into it and translate into the English, and when it replies us, it will answer in the Hindi. So this is really easy way to do it. And many of you now have the question, maybe LLM can do it by itself. Yes, it can do, but not all LLMs can do it. I'm just showing you as an example. And now if I select the Llama 3.1, what will happen, right? If I copy this now for some time, I will go to the English again. I will change it to the English just to show you. I will go to the English, save. I will go back and then I will refresh once. I will go to the new chat. I will go 3.1. Before I was 3 and it didn't work. I need to choose the Translate and it works. But Llama 3.1 is already capable of doing that. So we don't need to have that translation thing. So choosing the right model for your application is also crucial. So now if I go here, Llama 3.1 8 billion, I will just go here and do Hindi and I will ask it. It will answer me in Hindi, meaning that if I had used the previous model, I need to use the functions and allow that model to go and do something for me. But now the new models are already capable of providing you in different languages. So you can see now you can ask in Hindi, it gives you in Hindi, and you can ask in some other language. For example, I can say Mita Kulu. Let's see if it understands or not. You can see it says no that this is Finnish, and then it understands and it replies me in Finnish language, meaning that it's not good in all the languages, but then it is capable of answering and detecting and answering you in different languages. Okay, so one more thing that I want to cover is also that let's say that now you want to stop this because it will be running behind the scene. So you just go to this Docker desktop and here is this container. There is images, volumes, right? It is all there, but go to the containers and there is this thing called stop. If you just stop this, then it is going to be stopped. So in the future, if you want to again run this in the localhost, just come here and then start. So once you stop this, your users will also be not able to use this, right? For example, if I go to this user part, so you can see the test user. Now if I refresh this, then it will not run because we stopped that from the Docker desktop itself. And also with the admin also, now you are not able to run this. And if you want to run this again, you need to go back again to this Docker desktop and then just go here and then start this. And also one thing is, if you go to this terminal here, you can see the Ollama is sorbing, right? You need to also cancel this. So now it is cancelled. And if you want to have the Ollama models being populated into the Open WebUI, you need to again run this Ollama solve, and then it will be solved there. So yeah, I think I covered many things here, and the video is over 1 hour. But now let me bring back the thing that I showed you in the beginning. So yeah, let's summarize now what we covered in this particular video. So first I showed you how to install the Ollama, pip install docker install the Open WebUI, and we did some things in the pip. So you need to have the latest version, and you can follow the video which version you need to install as of today, 31 August. And then this part is covered, right? All of these things. And then we talked about the workspace, RAG with URLs, tags, models, RAG with chat, translation function, tools, and so on. I hope you find this video helpful. Please let me know in the comment section. I don't know how many of you will watch because this is quite long video, but I will provide the timestamp as I said you before also. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.